It's time for the Nate Hawkins Show. Learn all about Heritage Hills basketball straight from the coach. The Nate Hawkins Show, exclusively on the Southwestern Indiana Sports Network.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Hello and welcome to this week's Nate Hawkins Show. And Coach, last week you took on Gibson Southern. You came out a 52-46 winner at home at Heritage Hills. Why don't you recap that game for us?
Well, I'll tell you, Joe, I thought that we played really well, especially in the second and third quarter on the defensive end of the floor, and that was very encouraging to see. We kind of came out, and it just felt like we were a little bit going through the motions there in the first quarter, and then that second, third quarter, we really turned it on, and we were able to get some stops, get out in transition, and just played really well. Very balanced again. Obviously, Trent kind of got us going, and he had a couple dunks in that game that it just seemed to fire up the fans and get everybody else going, and it was just a solid win. I think actually, we had jumped up there early in that fourth quarter. We were up almost 30 points in that game, and then it ended up being 62-46. But just a great win for our guys. Anytime you can win conference games, especially in this conference, you're really happy.
Who are some of the kids that you're expecting Trent, of course, to be one of your leaders? Who are some of the kids that have kind of stepped up and surprised you over the season?
Well, I'll tell you, Colton Hopes really had a good sophomore campaign for us. I mean, he's averaging about 10.5 points a game right now, 5 rebounds a game. Really stuffs the stat sheet. He'll get a couple assists, can really pass the basketball. Just really proud of Colton's progress. I mean, he's a basketball player. He absolutely loves it. Works hard every day. Getting better on the defensive end of the floor, which is an area that I've really challenged him at. And so he's been really good. The two seniors that are playing a lot of the minutes, Charlie and Marcus, are continuing to get better and have both kind of turned into our defensive stoppers on that end of the floor and matching up with the other team's best guards. And just so coachable, just willing to do whatever is necessary for them. But I think Hunter Meredith's another one. Early in the year, challenged Hunter, told him we needed a lot out of him, and he's responded. I think that's what you get out of this group right here of guys is they're a bunch of basketball players. They're very coachable, willing to do the little things. And just winners, and so I mean that's been really good. And then those two freshmen, Jake Pryor and Peyton Gray, coming off the bench for us, they've pleasantly just continued to get better each and every night out, which we knew that they would. Starting to get more comfortable, starting to get better on the defensive end of the floor, and I think it's kind of the same thing you hear with me a lot is. You want to get on the floor, you got to play defense, and I think all of our guys are doing that, and just really excited about the progress these guys have made at this point of the season. 9-2, 3-0 in the conference, won that PSC Classic. Just a really good start, Joe.
And I'll tell you, the thing about Heritage Hills too is you've got a very strong sophomore class, but you've got a strong senior class. You've got freshmen contributing. It's all 4 grades.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and that's what you got to have I mean, you've got to have contributions from everyone. I mean, and even, you know, for those guys that are maybe they don't necessarily get a lot of varsity minutes, how important they are to us all week long and in their JV games, and seeing those guys progress as well. I mean, I tell you what, our JV got a really nice win. Gibson Southern's got a really good JV team, and got a really nice win, won by 5 points on Friday night as well. And they've lost 3 games in a row, so that was good to see. And those kids are just continuing to work. So it's not just at the varsity level. It's all of our kids, and every one of them are just continuing to get better. And I think you see that. And then when I am able to throw them into a varsity game, I think those JV kids come in there, they play hard, do what's asked of them, and you know, we're just happy with all the kids in our program right now.
And we're back on the Nate Hawkins Show right after these messages for our sponsors. You're listening to the Southwest Indiana Sports Network, hired with Milligan Buster Communications.
You dream it, we create it at Street Dreams. Custom paint, fabrication, stereos, wheels, tires, and more. We're also your authorized Sinister Sound dealer. Street Dreams, 317-624-1000, where you expect quality and...
At MAD, we believe in zero. 0 fathers who aren't there for bedtime. 0 mothers who miss the first day of school. 0 children who never come home. We believe in 0 victims of drunk driving. With MAD, your support adds up to 0. Because we believe in a hug on the first day of school. We believe in another bedtime story. We believe in no more victims. We believe in 0.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
Hey everyone, Joey Chestnut here, world champion competitive eater. I follow Southwest Indiana Sports Network, and if you're hungry for sports, you should follow them too.
Follow the Southwest Indiana Sports Network at swisportsnetwork.com or search Roku for our channel at SW Indiana Sports Network.
Hello and welcome back to the Nate Hawkins Show. And we're joined by 7th grade coach of the Heritage Patriots, Bill Mattingly. Bill, how you doing today?
Oh, great, Joe. How are you?
Doing good. Why don't you give us a little bit about your coaching experience you've had?
I've been with Heritage Hills now for 7 years. I did 1 year as the 6th grade coach, and then I've been the 7th grade coach for the last 6 years. Before that, I did a lot of rec coaching as my son came up through the ranks, did a lot of travel ball during the spring, and then I do some AAU ball for some friends of mine. I coach kids locally during AAU season.
And, as 7th grade coach, how's the 7th grade done this season?
Right now we stand at 8-7. We started out the season a little rough before Thanksgiving. We started 1-5. This group had to learn some things about themselves. Since Thanksgiving, we've been 7-2. We actually play Castle North this week, so hopefully we can come up with another win there and get to 9-7. We'll see how that goes.
And being coach of 7th grade, I'm sure this, with you been coaching for that so many years, there's probably some people on the varsity now that used to play youth hoops too. But who are some of the names we might hear in the future for the Patriots?
We've got a couple guys coming up. We've got Luke Pryor, who is Jake's younger brother, and then Aiden Palmer, Connor Kirkman, Carter Tate, Owen Hickey, Barrett Hofster, Brett Munier. Those guys are a lot of the main guys. We've got Varro and Gavin Rust, who also gets some minutes for us on that first team. So it just depends on who grows and who wants to work hard and develops some good habits as far as shooting and defense and different things like that. This group's a interesting group because we can go about 9-10 deep and not really lose much. Everybody kind of brings something special to the table. Asa Palmer's our point guard, our leader on the floor. Luke Pryor does a good job as far as getting to the rim for us and producing good plays in the lane. And then we've got about 4 big guys that can fix it up inside, do a good job on the board. Still learning how to fit. In the 7th grade level, they learn how to get inside and, play through contact. They've done a good job of improving on that so far this year as well.
And, the varsity's into 9-2 so far this season. Who are some of the players that are on that team that you remember from their youth playing days?
Well, this is the first year that I can say that I've had everybody on the varsity level. My first year was with Pierce, Marcus, and Charlie. That group's kind of special to me. And then, of course, we have Trent and that sophomore class. It's really strong. They were a fun group to have. They actually went undefeated for me in the 7th grade year. And then, Christian Wood, the junior, he's in the junior class. I had him. He was a 6th man for me, so he really stuck with it and worked hard, done some good things in practice and stuff, helping those other guys get better. And then I had Jake and Peyton as well, the 2 freshmen, Jake Freer and Peyton Gray. They did a lot of good things. They had a really good year for me as well in the 7th grade. That was a COVID year. That was an interesting year. They actually went 10-2 as we battled COVID that year. So they've all been fun kids to coach. It's exciting to see them now on the varsity floor and the things that they're still doing that they did whenever they were 7th graders.
Well, Coach, good luck the rest of the season.
I appreciate it, Joe. Thanks for having me today.
And you've been listening to the Nate Hawkins Show on South Virginia Sports Network, powered by Million Bucks for Communications. We'll be back right next to messages for our sponsors.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
At MAD, we believe in zero. 0 fathers who aren't there for bedtime. 0 mothers who miss the first day of school. 0 children who never come home. We believe in 0 victims of drunk driving. With MAD, your support adds up to 0. Because we believe in a hug on the first day of school. We believe in another bedtime story. We believe in no more victims. We believe in 0.
Hey everyone, Joey Chestnut here, world champion competitive eater. I follow Southwest Indiana Sports Network, and if you're hungry for sports, you should follow them too.
Follow the Southwest Indiana Sports Network at swisportsnetwork.com or search Roku for our channel at SW Indiana Sports Network.
And welcome back to the Nate Hawkins Show. And Coach, I'll tell you what, I sound like a broken record, but Bill Mattingly, Grant Lashley, you guys have, youth coach wise, you got a very good staff.
Well, I really appreciate that, Joe, and I do feel like we've got a great staff of youth coaches, and they're just relentless workers. continue to push our kids, make our kids do the right things. And Bill, if you went to one of his practices, you know, it's just a joy to see him just push fundamentally. I mean, they just absolutely get after it, and he makes them do things right. And I think that you've seen that with that group of seventh graders this season. They started off the season not so well, and now they're above 500, have won some games, have been playing really good basketball, and I just think that's a lot to do with the way Bill has coached them, and you know, we're really happy to have Bill in our basketball program, and you know, he's been around and been with us here for the last you know, several years since I've been the head coach here. We're happy to have him around, and hopefully he'll stick around and keep coaching our seventh grade.
And I'll tell you the most impressive thing about Bill was he told me that he now every kid on the varsity he remembers coaching them.
Yes, and that's the thing. I mean, and, you know, the continuity that I'm talking about, and building a program and having coaches that are going to stick around, and I think that's what you've seen with Bill, and I know that he is, you know, and that's something to be really proud of as a middle school coach, when you've had those guys work with them, done things the right way, and then you see the successes that they have at the varsity level. So, you know, that's really good to see.
And this week you get to play a double weekend. Friday night you play at home against Pike Central, and Saturday you play at Tecumseh. Two PAC matchups. Why don't you preview both those games for us?
Well, I'll start with, right, Joe, I mean, it's a big weekend for the Patriots. Pike Central, really good basketball team. I mean, it's going to be a big challenge for our guys. You know, we've won 5 games in a row. We got to continue to handle success, but kind of put it in your back pocket. Focus on what is next. You know, I always talk to these guys about one game at a time. One game at a time. That's what we're going to focus on. And right now, it's Pike Central. And say with Morton and Gish, they've got 2 guards that can flat the basketball and just get them into their offense, get them. I mean, we're going to have to identify those guys and do a really good job of taking them out of their offense. But really good team. We also, Joe, I'd love to mention, we are having our Coaches versus Cancer event on Friday night, something that, I really care a lot about. And so we're going to have that. And I talked to Coach Thompson last night from Bar Reed. I don't know how many people know this or what, if they've heard the story of Hagen Neff, who played for him a year ago, and he's going through a battle with cancer right now. 19-year-old, signed to play at Grace College, and he's actually going through. He's got a major surgery on Thursday, and we're going to donate the funds that we make from that Coaches versus Cancer event to Hagen Neff's family as well. So, but that's something that I wanted to make sure and mention, and I hope that the fans are packed on Friday night's game, so we can really have a good turnout and try to help his family as much as possible. And then we turn to Saturday night's game. We've got Tecumseh and another challenge. We're going on the road in this conference. You know how tough that is. It's a group of seniors and juniors that Coach Oxley plays down there. They play hard, and it's going to be a major challenge for our guys. Our guys are going to have to be ready to go from the very get-go, and, no, nothing more than, it's been a little bit since we've had a true road game, and road games are tough. Their fans are into it, and we're going to have to be really good. We're going to have to guard, and we're going to have to hit shots in order to win that game. So, but two great challenges for this basketball team this weekend, and 2 games in the conference. And as I say, they're conference games. You got to win them if you want to win a PAC championship this year. And I was talking to Coach Litherland earlier, and I'll tell you what, it's just good that you guys, as fans, we get caught up so much in the wins and losses. It's good that you guys realize what's important, and these Coaches versus Cancer nights are just unbelievable. And our prayers are with Logan Knapp. Mm-hmm. Well, I tell you, you're exactly right, Joe, and I will tell you that obviously, whenever you get out there and you're competing, and everybody wants to win, but obviously there's a bigger picture here, for Hagen, and try to we just want to do our part. We want to help it. I listened to a story, I cried, and whatever it is that we can do to possibly help in this fight, we're going to do it. And, I just think that we've got a great community. And I just think that all of these basketball communities all over the place are willing to help each other, regardless. I mean, and that's just something that's special. And, we're obviously thinking about him. Just was a few years ago that we competed against Hagen when we played Bar Reeve, and great kid, loves the game of basketball, but right now his focus is on beating this cancer. So we'll do what we can do for him, and we're going to help and keep him in our prayers.
And the Patriots sit atop the PAC right now, tied with who are they tied with Boonville.
Boonville and South Spencer, yeah.
And this week could be a big week for you guys.
Sure, absolutely. I mean, whenever you got two conference games like this obviously could. It's just momentum, and we've been playing well. And as I told you earlier, Joe, I mean, when you do have conference games, obviously, if you're going to win a conference championship, you got to have the goal of you got to win them all. You slip up one or two, and then you're hoping for some help, and obviously you got to control what you can. And I think for this team and for our guys, it's one game at a time, and it can be really important. And if we can get 2 wins this weekend, I think it will put us in a really good spot.
Well, Coach, good luck this weekend.
Well, I appreciate it, Joe, and thanks for having me on again. And it's always nice to catch up with you, and love talking about our Patriots, and love seeing them just continue to get better. And we'll talk to you again next week.
And you've been listening to the Hawkins Show on the South Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Books and Communications. We'll see you next week.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.